Hey guys, welcome back to the After Hours channel. I'm the ATL Beast, and today we're going to talk about the market cycle and its hidden costs. So let's get into it. So what is the market? Now, it's a place where the seller and the buyer meet so they can facilitate the exchange of goods and services. Now, why do you need a market? It's to facilitate the exchange and minimize the risk through a third party. Now, like everything else in the world, there's levels to this. Now, lower level sales come from individuals and businesses. On a global scale, we look at the decisions made by the elites as their decisions affect the world economy. Now, this looks like banks printing more money during quantitative easing during a financial crisis. Now, the reason we don't have a steady uptrend in economic growth primarily stems from the way the central banks handle the money supply. All central banks have the same goal in mind, that's price stability and full employment. Now, to reach the mandate, the economy has to go through a cycle of phases to find balance. It's called the boom and bust cycle. It's a process of expansion and contraction that occurs repeatedly. Now, the cycle can last anywhere from several months to several years. On average, when you track it back to 1850, it lasts about 5 years. And unlike what we were taught in school, we all can't be winners. There's always going to be some hidden cost to whatever decision that we make. And experiencing loss, it's the spice in life. Now, this year has been a little too spicy for my taste. Now, here's a clip of me doing a spice challenge.
Okay, here's Dontez already going up. 110, 120. He's about to eat a freaking chip. He's mowing it down. He's got the eye of the dead. Look at his heart rate. Holy shit. 120, 127, 128. It's going to 130. It is 130. Sheesh. It's been 30 seconds since you eat it. Ooh, 140. Oh, 141. He said, Mama didn't raise no beef. It was like,
What's the time?
you got 20 seconds until it's a minute. Whew. Damn, your tongue is going blue, huh? Damn, look at that. What the fuck? Whew. Oh my goodness. Sheesh. Yeah, it's already a minute. Oh shit, started dripping, bro. Is that tear or sweat?
Here.
Sheesh.
Licking my lips was the worst mistake in my life. Max, I could last like 5 minutes. But as soon as I let my guard down, it was over. That milk tea didn't do anything. It wasn't immediate relief. It lasted for hours. And then the next day, spicy in, spicy out. Let's get back to the video. All around the world, people are feeling the heat, and they can't get out of the kitchen because it's not an option. Here are some of the spiciest current events. You have the EU chief calling out the Nord Stream attack a sabotage. The EU responds, who did it, at the last NATO conference. And the US says, not me. And Russia denies being involved in blowing up their own pipeline. Now, this pipeline is heavy duty. It requires a massive explosion to create a leak. So after investigation, people realized it was a sabotage. Now, what sparked the blame on Russia was just having motive. But what sparked the blame on the US, you had the CIA warning of potential attacks against the pipeline. Now, that's pretty nice of them. Now, months before, we also had a promise to never let the Nord Stream 2 enter commercial operations if a war broke out. And months before that, there is video evidence of the president and people from his cabinet saying that one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward.
First question first. If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
How will you do that exactly, since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control?
We will, I promise you, we'll be able to do it.
Okay, after reviewing the video, which is not really hard evidence, that sounds like a confession to me before the event actually happened. President Biden, in his student loan forgiveness, may have started a new tradition. In the next campaign, there's a high chance there's going to be another loan forgiveness. With this in mind, the payment rate for student debt is going to change to about 2 to 4 years. You know, just in case they get a big discount. Here's Peter Schiff, an economist that believes President Biden is putting America at risk by propping up his own image before midterm elections. Now, in this article, he mostly talks about the Inflation Reduction Act and how that affects the economy. But we also found out the hidden costs of President Biden's student loan forgiveness.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
Now let me know what you think about this hidden cost in the comments. Now Biden's not the only one that's making bad decisions during 2022. Let's check this guy out.
In the last couple of months, it has come to light that there's been some pretty significant financial infidelity from my husband, who got involved in day trading and has subsequently lost about $150,000.
Whoa.
I know. It's a giant pill to swallow, and one that I'm just honestly still like in shock about.
Wow.
I still can't believe it. I just can't believe it. So this is a combination of about $105,000 in personal loans and about 42-ish in credit card debt. All of this was like within the last, maybe 6-7 months. It happened very quickly, and honestly, it's all just come out now.
Now, the US dollar is strong right now, and maybe a little too strong. Consumer confidence is soon to be destroyed because Fed President Powell is tired of people buying the dip.
Buy the dip if you have the chip.
Now he's throwing the idea of a soft landing out of the window. We're way too far behind the curve when it comes to inflation, and that puts Big Brother up against a wall of worry. Because what happens is you can print more money, but you can't produce more energy, or at least fast enough to solve the shortages. We're running out of people to blame for the gas prices. Now let's take this back to the boom and the bust cycle. During the boom, we're in the expansion phase. The economy grows and jobs are everywhere, and the market brings high returns to its investors. The central bank gives lower interest rates and consumers are happy. Now the hidden cost of keeping up the US dollar's strong dollar policy is it puts pressure on other world currencies. That pressure forces the countries to print more money so they can catch up to the inflation in their economies. Now you see this when you read the headlines for Britain. In the Bank of England, they vow to do whatever scale is necessary to find stability, to restore order in their markets. Now winter is coming, but you could have fooled me when you look at Europe, because it doesn't look like they have their priorities straight. And I say this because you have a perfectly good nuclear plant that was shut down because of the new green energy laws. Now Britain just started buying bonds in a new round of quantitative easing. This means they're taking on long-term debt on whatever scale is necessary to calm its markets. Now we're still in the boom side of things. Now the problem arises is when the demand does not match the supply. Now things that have been overinvested in decline in value, and then we enter the bust period. Now during the contraction phase, the economy shrinks, people lose their job, investors lose money in the market, interest rates are higher, and consumers are struggling to adapt. This is also known as a recession. In particularly severe or special situations, it's called a depression. Now it used to be defined as 2 consecutive negative quarters of GDP. That's gross domestic product, which is a measure of the total output of a country. Now if we look at corporate media, we'll see that they're trying to do the impossible, and that's convince you that not only are we not in a recession, but if we were in one, it would be a good thing.
Why the fuck you lying?
Now the conservatives ripped into the Washington Post as they called it embarrassing propaganda. Now everyone has been pretty active and recently dodging all kinds of trouble. Last week it was a fire in California. This week it was water from a hurricane. What's gonna be next week? The rapture? We don't know. We just know that there's decisions out there and they're being made, and every decision comes with a cost. All right guys, that's all I got for you. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.